The fact is, we have a responsibility to get beyond this election year dogma and get into the real issues.
And I'm excited to get this series going here in particular. You'll notice the stage and the set here behind you, which I mentioned earlier. We're going for a little bit different of a feel than you might typically see at a candidate forum or a debate. The candidates are not going to appear on stage together and debate one another back and forth. You can get enough of that in other venues. It is my privilege to please invite to the stage Congressman Charlie Bass, who will start the program with us. Charlie, would you join me on stage?
If the new normal, which is a term of art that has come about since 2008, is what we as Americans have to accept, then it's okay to vote for the status quo and the president. But if you believe that we can do better, that we ought to be trying different things like tax reform, fundamental tax reform, that partisanship, that having the battle only does not constitute victory, that it is time for our nation to start working together, Republicans and Democrats, to give a little bit, at least on the edges, to come up with some compromise, with some results. That it's the only way that we're going to save this nation. With all due respect to my opponent, who as you may know, I've known all my life. Yesterday we had a debate in Manchester, and it struck me after the debate that when we were asked about Social Security, the answer: raise taxes. When we were asked about Medicare, the answer: raise taxes from her. When we were asked about the debt and the deficit, the biggest issue of all, the answer was: raise taxes. Look, I'm a Republican, and I believe in low taxes, less government, accountability, a strong national security. But I also believe that the time for the fight is over. It is now time to start working out these problems. And I said repeatedly yesterday, and will continue to do so, bring all these new taxes to the table. I won't rule out anything.
I would like to thank again Congressman Charlie Bass for being with us here this afternoon and taking a little bit of time off the campaign trail to visit with us and share some of his thoughts on this 2nd District. As he is stepping off the stage, we will be joined by Miss Ann McLean Kuster, who is now taking the stage with us here today. Ann, thank you very much and welcome you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I guess for me comes down to how do you set that threshold of fairness, and philosophically speaking, is it fair? No pun intended, for Congress to even determine, what is fair for taxation on that level.
Sure, and let me say at the outset, certainly these have been very, very challenging times. And wherever I go, whether it's small businesses or families trying to get ahead or communities trying to thrive, no one wants more taxes. No one wants bigger government. And I'm the first to say that we need to have very efficient and effective government, and we need to keep taxes certainly to a minimum for people. $250,000 in New Hampshire is a very comfortable lifestyle for most people, and so I feel that let's keep the tax breaks for the middle class and for people up to that level. That may be a household with 2 incomes that is getting to that level, but that above and beyond that, I think that people really are equipped to help us bring down these deficits. This is what it's all about, and we have to put it in the context of the deficits are really creating a problem for the business community and, frankly, for individuals, and particularly looking at our children.